Hello, dear friends of Tikkun Global. I'm coming to you today from the United States, where we're in process in our American itinerary. We will be returning to Israel in the near future. The war in Israel continues, and I want to speak some more about Rees Howells' Intercessor. Some years ago, I was given the recommendation to read this book, and I was so impressed with this book that I read it 3 times. And I want to just give a few clear indications of what happened through that Bible school. We did not have a world-connected intercessory prayer movement, 24/7 prayer houses, and churches which pray their hearts out all over the world and are together networked to do spiritual warfare for the last days. That did not exist in the 1930s and in the 1940s. So we have great advantages because our ability to mobilize worldwide prayer that is strategic is very significant today. And it's one of the things that we are able to do in Tikkun Global as we have more and more constituents who are joining with us, and we can mobilize prayer and send out these videos and see a tremendous gain in the kingdom of God through intercession. Rees Howells was a person who came out of the Welsh revival. That was the revival under the famous Evan Roberts, and it transformed Wales for that time, closed down bars, changed morals, and launched people into world missions at huge levels. And one of the men to come out of that revival was Rees Howells, who started a Bible college in Wales. And that Bible college became very significant as a prayer center. And when World War II broke out, the first thing that is so amazing in their prayer focus was the British troops, which were stuck on the continent of Europe in Dunkirk, and the Nazi armies were coming, and had they destroyed the British armies that were in Dunkirk, the war probably would have been won by Hitler. So British troops were in the worst possible situation that one could imagine, and they prayed their hearts out in the Bible college that the British army would escape. And if you watch the film Dunkirk, which came out a few years ago, one of the disappointing things about that film is that they show the amazing escape of the British army, but they do not show the headlines in all of the British papers that were saying at that time that this was an act of God's intervention, that it was a deliverance that was had a supernatural element to it. Well, in Rees Howells' school, this great victory was gained through fasting and prayer. And Rees Howells knew before the reports came in of the army escaping that they had won this battle on their knees. It's just an amazing story, and I truly believe that we can attribute that escape to the prayers of God's people, especially at the Welsh Bible School, who knew how to pray. And then when World War II came on, they prayed through specific battles over Ethiopia, and how that would go, battles over Italy that were fought, battles concerning the landing at Normandy, and battles through Germany. And they prayed and prayed until they knew they had the victory. So the victories that were taking place in World War II, in every case, followed the victory sense of how things would work out that they received on their knees as they prayed. It's an amazing story. And the story continues into the time of the partition of Israel, the plan of partition that came from the UN, and then that terrible war in 1948, where it looked like Israel would be destroyed. And once again, Rees Howells mobilized all his students for intercession, and they were able to pray through the battles that were taking place in the 48 war, and to pray through until Israel had victory. This is one of the most amazing stories that we will ever read about, and it's a story for today because we need to believe that we can mobilize that kind of prayer so Israel and the church will fulfill her destiny. And we here at Tikkun Global want to provide information to you worldwide so that that kind of prayer with power and victory can go up. Rees Howells is my model for this. I recommend his book, and let's apply it to the battles that we're having right now with Israel. Right now we're seeing this tremendous anti-Semitism. We're seeing worldwide protests supporting Hamas. And this is a time where we are able to have a victory because we discern the times like the sons of Issachar and can pray through on these issues.